Screw Bee Do. Greetings, YouTube. It's Screw Bee Do, and it's stinger time for the 5 worst NHL organizations. Winning organizations are those that win championships. The only way to become a winner in the NHL is to hoist a cup. Fans can take pride in winning lesser titles like conference titles or division titles. It gives them some bragging rights over rival cities. The players could care less though, because they move on from team to team. Nothing but the cup matters to them. On to the countdown. Number 5, the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres have been in the NHL since 1970. In all that time, they've managed to celebrate only 3 conference championships, and they have never hoisted the cup. Some would argue that a Stanley Cup was stolen from them in 1999, and I can sympathize to a degree, but for the fact that there's no guarantee that the Sabres would have won the game even if that goal was disallowed. And NHL referees are bumbling idiots who can't enforce the rules consistently. Why? Because the NHL are constantly changing the rules. The rules are what makes the game, and the NHL can't figure out what the game is supposed to be. Regardless, the NHL had egg on its face after allowing Brett Hull's goal to stand, when similar plays all year long were ruled no goal. Thankfully, that rule is no longer. 0 cups and 16 seasons without ever going to the playoffs means the Sabres clock in at number 5. Number 4, the Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks were a 1970 expansion team just like the Sabres. They too have collected 3 conference titles. But they were bounced from the Cup finals by the Islanders, Rangers, and Boston and remain cupless. 18 times the Canucks failed to make the playoffs, which make them bigger failures than the Sabres in my opinion. On to number 3. The Washington Capitals. Yeah, the Caps. They joined the league in 1974 and have 0 cups and only 1 conference title. And 15 of those seasons, they didn't participate in the playoffs. Yeah, this year is different because they won the President's Trophy. History tells us that only about 30% of President's Trophy winners go on to win the Stanley Cup. So that's not even close to a guarantee. The Caps will likely remain on the list for years to come. Number 2, the St. Louis Blues. With nearly 50 seasons under their belt, they remain cupless, and they have 0 conference championships. Despite having 0 conference championships, the Blues have actually been to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 times. The format was a bit different after the expansion, and a new team was guaranteed to go to the finals. The Blues were basically the best of the expansion teams for the first 3 years. Sadly for the Blues players and fans, they haven't had a sniff at the Cup ever since. Stay thirsty, my friends. But with 9 division championships and a history of at least participating in the postseason regularly, that keeps them out of the number 1 position, which is the Phoenix Coyotes. This is a no-brainer in my opinion. The Coyotes were originally the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets were founded in 1971 as a World Hockey Association team and was absorbed into the NHL in 1979. They moved to Phoenix in 1996. The Jets/Coyotes have won virtually nothing. 0 cup titles, 0 conference titles, and only 3 division titles. There were 17 seasons in which they didn't qualify for postseason. That's right, 37 seasons, and they have 3 division titles to show for their work. If you can think of a worse professional sports franchise, comment below. I can't think of any. If you disagree with this list, then tell me why. Hit the like button if you like the video, and subscribe if you want. Screw Bee Do out.